You hear these stories about performers in the 20s. They'd get into some show, and this is before the union. The producers would take the production out of town, and if the show bombed, they'd head back to New York and leave the performers to fend for themselves. They'd be there in some strange town with no money, no help, have to fend for themselves. And the first thing they'd do as soon as they got back to the city was they'd try to get into another show. That is a damaged mind that does that. But you can sort of see the appeal. Right? I mean, I can. So it's Sunday.
That's what I thought.
Well, why can't we get in on Saturday?
Because that other show is still in there.
Oh, right. We hate them.
We certainly do.
So why theater?
Because it's alive. Because it's real time. Because it's not just the performers sharing the same space. It's the performers and the audience and the crew and it's everybody.
Can't you get that at a concert?
Yeah.
So why theater?
You're right. I'm wasting my life.
Rachel's gonna be late.
Why?
I don't know.
What did she say?
So far, it's a whole lot of yep, yep, yep.
Well, I thought about going into the army, but I figured it would be a long time before I could start yelling at people, so I went into stage management.
Peter Brook once said, Sir Peter Brook. Yeah, he's a sir, right? Yeah, I'm assuming he's a sir. Anyway, he said of theater, something about holy. That theater was holy. Oh, no, the theater is holy. Or can be. Can be, or should be. Something like that. Something about holy. Peter Brook said that.
Why theater?
Why air?
It's like a good relationship. Or a bad relationship. I just can't stay away.
I just like dressing up in other people's clothes.
I think you're asking the wrong person.
Okay, I wasn't gonna do the whole introduction thing because obviously everybody knows everybody, but I figured since these guys were here, sorry, we're not supposed to acknowledge you guys. So I thought we'd go around the room and everybody could introduce themselves and say what they're going to be doing on the show. Let's start over here.
Why here?
Okay, over here. Okay, I'm Nora, and I'm the artistic director of the company, and I'm also going to be directing the show.
I'm Maggie, I'm managing director.
And what does that entail?
I carry the checkbook,
And?
and I write the checks and mail them to people, and then I hand them to people when they're around.
Rob.
I'm Rob. I'm designing the sets and the lights. And I'm also the tech director.
And Rachel, our costume designer, would be sitting there if she ever showed up on time, which she just did almost.
My cat was attacked.
That's valid, actually.
Hey, how you doing? Okay. What do you mean? Why not? It's personal? Personal. Somebody better be fucking dead. I'm not taking this call. This is a bullshit call. You're talking to Nora. No, I'm putting her on.
I was talking to Rob about maybe using a turntable for the scene
don't know what
changes.
that
So
is.
oh, a turntable. Oh, it's like a lazy Susan. And it's on the stage, but instead of condiments spinning around, it's the actors and the scenery. So then hello? Hello? Who's that?
You're not gonna like it.
Well, Katie quit the show, which is a pretty big deal because she was basically our leading lady.
We met back in college.
We were roommates.
I was sort of splitting my time between the dance program and the theater program, doing a lot of tech, a little bit of directing, a little bit of acting, and I would basically drag her to whatever I was working
No,
on.
you weren't dragging me. I enjoyed going.
After we got out, we got together a bunch of people we knew, and we put together a dance show, really small, really weird,
yeah.
under the banner of the Baby Bolshoi Dance Ensemble.
Right, and from the dance program, dance stuff, we branched out to theater.
Mm-hmm. And for the past couple of years, it's been almost entirely theater, which makes the Bolshoi tag all the more confusing.
Right, but it would cost like $200 to reincorporate under a different name, so we won't be doing that.
Our last show did really well.
Reasonably well.
Very well. It was an original play called Auntie Mame, a macabre musical.
Cobra.
Anyway, it had a lot of blood and a lot of lesbians, and we killed. People showed up, and we got written up for the first time since, I don't know, and we had money in the bank, which was the first time that happened since that guy left us $500.
Yeah, I think he thought we were the real Bolshoi.
Anyway, we're gearing up. We're getting our next project ready now, and it's a new play by a local playwright called Untitled Number 4.
Which I don't understand because I'm fairly certain it's his first play.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a conversation about that. And so here we are, right before our first rehearsal, and our leading lady dropped out, who's f***ing... What about Gail Sweeney?
I think she's doing the female odd couple in Central Square.
The world needs to see that again.
What about, what's her name, Karen Rooney?
Grad school.
Still? Who is the girl in the thing about the atomic bomb and the Bob's Big Boy and she was in a bra?
I didn't see that show.
Yes, you did.
No, you told me about it.
What did I say?
That it was terrible.
Right. Let's not ask her.
What about Marla?
For Bridget?
Yeah, I think she's ready.
I don't know if she's right. I mean, she's great. I love her, but Marla's so quiet that I don't think she...
I'm sorry, I didn't know if anybody wanted a soda.
I'm good.
Me too. Okay.
Disaster?
She didn't hear anything.
Are you sure?
No.
I feel like a jerk. Oh, Kelly Crane.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Didn't you work with Gail Murphy on Pirates?
Oh, that girl's nuts.
What about the redhead?
No, she's insane.
Okay, let's start here. Does anyone know anyone who isn't crazy?
Yeah, I lived in New York for like a while. I went on something 60 or 70 auditions in a 6-month period of time. Is that low or high? Yeah, I don't even know. Anyway, I got one job, West Village, late night show. I played a dancing joint. It was kind of a meditation on drugs. It was actually more of a celebration. So as you can imagine, we didn't get much done in rehearsal. And there was a small company, long gone by now, and they didn't have any crew to speak of. So every night, I'd be backstage, trying to roll myself. And it didn't take long of doing that before I got on a bus and came home. The most amazing thing is that I actually think about going back sometimes, which really makes me question what I've learned.
What have you learned?
I learned not to play dancing joints. Pharmaceuticals, I'll still do. If it's a good story.
Seems he would know. Man like that,
But think of what it could be. Ankles and chains, a black hood over your head. But you've none of that here. Well, not yet, anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there. That's really great. But I'm wondering if we can try it again, but with a little less edge. You're laying into her, but there's an element of seduction there, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Great. From the same place.
Seems you would, no? A man like that? But think of what it could be. Ankles and chains. Black hood over your head.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you again. Sorry. If you could come around to the side of her.
This side?
No, the other side, if it's not too awkward.
No, it's fine.
When you're ready.
From
Same place.
Roger.
Did he just say Roger?
You sure did. Okay, when you're ready.
Seems he would, no? A man like that? But you've no reason to be afraid.
Wait, I'm gonna stop you again. Just had a thought. What if you kneel down beside her? Put your hand on the back of her neck. So it's a gentle thing, but there's a threat underneath, which we'll sense.
I like that because it's a friendly gesture, but there's underneath it.
Right.
You want me to kneel down
Yes,
and put my hand on the back of her neck?
if you could.
Yeah, I could if there was actually somebody in the fucking chair.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. You're giving me all these notes and I'm acting on an empty chair.
And I appreciate the difficulty of that.
Do you really?
I think I do, yes.
Can we just get a body in the seat? Why can't Beth sit there?
Beth is taking notes.
She can't do it from the seat?
Could I make a suggestion? What if you pretended that there was somebody in the chair?
You know, I'm gonna take 5. I might take 10. I might take the entire night because this is Bush League. Don't direct me. And please, don't ask me to seduce an empty chair unless we're doing a play about a guy who's f***ing an empty chair. Is that fair enough? Bush League.
Do you think he's mad at me?
Well, I guess I would consider myself the senior actor of the company. And by senior, I mean most seasoned, most professional. Some would say best loved, but which is great. But it's not for me to say. But I'll accept it. I'll take it on. Working with this company has afforded me the opportunity to work on a wide variety of roles and really explore different parts of myself. Sometimes lighter parts, sometimes a darker mix of light and dark. And it's that explorative process as an artist that I think is most critical. Sometimes I think of myself as a Vasco da Gama, mapping the uncharted waters of myself, only internally so. And you can get lost in there. Don't think you can't. And it's part of the. Can we go back? Can we do that again? My approach to my craft doesn't make it easy on the people around me. I'll be the first to admit that. But I think you need to focus on the results. And you can't deny the results. This is a little something. Can you see that? As a linen and Birkenstock bedecked Orsino, Martin Fendler is sound. And that's an objective observer. So.
Tell me he showed you the review, right? Sound. That's the word they used? I told him he should get it laminated. See, what I love about that is not everyone would take that as a compliment. Being singled out as being sound, which, if you want to take in that direction, is a lot like being singled out for not seeming outwardly insane. That's the beauty about Martin, though. He can take a review like sound and just laminate it.
I've been with this company a long time, and I enjoy working with them. I really do. But I can't lie. There is a temptation to branch out. And yes, I've gotten offers. The phone rings, I'll just leave it at that. My inbox is not empty. But I'm kind of a loyal person by nature, and I'm a little reluctant to jump ship. But you have to admit, the conditions around here aren't all that ideal. And situations arise. But hey, you know, how many arguments could McCartney sit through before he was like, you know what? I need to go form Wings. And I don't mean to make any gratuitous comparisons. There's no one in this company I'd compare to John Lennon.
Have you ever seen a bird on another bird?
No.
I'm talking about the kind of thing where there's one bird sitting up on a branch and another bird flies in just underneath on a lower branch, and then the upper bird lets loose and totally...
Sorry to interrupt. Can I talk to you for a second?
Sure. Let's keep working that scene.
I think I have a Bridget.
Really?
I think. Who? Heidi K.
No way.
I think.
How? I mean,
She wants to do something new. She wants to do something different. It was this total freak thing. Okay, remember a few weeks ago I went to see the Misanthrope because Sawicki was doing crew?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he took me to this party afterward, got in this conversation about how I was with Baby Bolshoi, and she said she heard a lot of nice things about us. I know, yeah. Anyway, she gave me her cell phone number, and I never called. I know. And anyway, I figured I'd give it a shot, and I did. I called her, and she said she'd love to.
No way.
I know.
You explained to her we have like no money.
3 or 4 times.
This is unbelievable. You're employee of the month, right? Right here, employee of the month, people.
What does that entitle me to?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Heidi K is a young woman with a fairly high profile in our community. She is always working, always getting great notices, and people seem to like her. People who work with her. You don't hear those diva nightmare stories attached to her. So this is pretty new, actually. We've never landed someone that everybody knows, which is a little scary, to be honest. But I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed, a couple toes, and just keep hopeful that things will work out for the best and stay positive, despite my almost crippling fears and doubts.
I feel it. You feel it. In your vertebra. Let's roll up on 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
I'm so
3.
sorry.
Oh, not at all. Come on in.
I thought I knew the block, but of course I went all the way around and walked right past the
It
entrance.
can be kind of tough to spot.
Especially if you're an idiot, which I am. Where do I pay?
Pay what?
The fine for being late?
Oh, there's no fine.
You find me when I'm late.
Well, just come on in and put your stuff down. I'm Nora.
Yeah. Yes, of course. I don't know that we've actually met, but I've definitely seen you, and I've seen your work, and I am just such a... Oh, is it okay if I just totally gush all over everyone for a second? Because I am just a huge fan. Huge. I saw Auntie Mame almost twice. Really wanted to see it again, but I was in a show, and I was starting another one, so couldn't really make the timing work. Anyway, I loved it. So funny, so fresh, and the commitment. You guys really committed. Anyway, I have no words. Just thank you for involving me. Really.
Well, who else is blushing?
I was thinking about doing the entire set in burlap.
You did that like 3 shows ago.
I know, but I have access to burlap.
Hi, sorry, excuse me. I just wanted to say that I saw you in Hedda Gabler in Newton, and you were just top notch, really. When was that?
I don't really remember. It's Gabler, actually.
Right. What?
It's Gabler, short A.
What did I say?
Gabler.
Did I really?
Yeah, like Gabe Kaplan or Kenny Stabler.
Yeah.
But it's Gabler.
Yeah, I don't know why I would say that. I mean, I know that it's Gabler. Anyway, I mean, it's a particularly odd mistake because I'm such a scholar of Ibsen.
Ibsen.
Right. Yeah, you should probably get your script, which you have. That's good.
Martin, is this your script?
No. Yeah, it is. We'll talk more later.
Theater has got to be one of the worst career choices a person can make. It's like existing in a perpetual state of going out of business. The hours are long, the pay is bad when there is pay, and you basically pour a ton of time, energy, and brain power into each project, and then some critic comes along, someone who's had a bad meal or has a toothache, and they can knock down everything you've built up in about 6 paragraphs, or less in many cases.
So why do it?
I don't know why I do it. I really don't.
I was wondering if we could talk about the kitchen scene.
Sure, what's up?
Okay. You're doing something, and I don't know if it's a choice or something maybe you're not even aware that you're doing, but there seems to be a lot of itching
It's a choice.
going on. Okay.
Yeah, I had kind of an epiphany. All right. I was trying to find something physical for this guy, some external manifestation of his inner, And then it hit me. He's a restless guy, right? He's got a lot going on. How do you physicalize that? And I came up with this idea of itching.
Which, as an idea, is very interesting and maybe even a little valid, but in practice, it's a little...
See, yeah, but for me, it's all about bringing the inside out. That's the process from an actor's standpoint.
Well,
you have to...
I totally respect that. I do. But the thing is, from an audience standpoint...
Yeah, but see, I just see him, he's an edgy guy. He's got a lot of stuff going on.
Look, stop scratching your balls.
Can do.
Seems he would. No. Men like that? But you've no reason to be afraid. Think of what it could be. Ankles and chains, black hood over the head. You've none of that now. Well, not yet, anyway.
Okay, let's stop there. We'll pick up on Sunday and have a great weekend.
So that meeting on Tuesday, do you want costumes first? Or do you want...
So, what do you think?
I think we'll get there, Good cast, good script, good managing director.
So, is anyone doing anything?
I don't know, I haven't heard. You looking to hoist a couple?
Could be persuaded.
You're working tomorrow?
Yeah, but I usually can hide pretty well on Friday mornings. What about you?
Yeah, I
Sorry, sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
no problem.
I hate to do this, but if I don't, I'm gonna be thinking about it all night. Were you in Hatful of Rain at the Brickyard, 1990?
I was.
You were Polo.
Yes.
You owned that show.
Wow.
You did. You totally did. Begged the Globe to get down there. They ignored me, of course. Everyone I knew pleaded with them. You have to see this guy. Anyway, you were stunning, and I knew it, and who cares about anyone else, right?
Thanks. That's so...
No, thank you for doing such incredible work. Is anyone walking to the train? I hate to be needy, but I don't like to walk alone at
Oh,
night.
it's not needy in this neighborhood.
I'm glad you said it.
Actually, we were just talking about getting a drink. Are you interested?
Oh, I don't drink
Oh,
much. See, I was doing a bit there and you stepped on my payoff. Don't let it happen again. No, I'm kidding. Seriously, I'd love to go for a drink. So, off we go.
Maggie?
You know what? I just realized that I need to proof the new poster, and if I don't do it tonight, then it has to wait till Saturday, because I have this day job stuff that I have to take care of tomorrow, and this explanation is just getting way too long, so you guys go.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Come on. Really?
She knows what she wants. She's a very together lady. Another time. Promise?
You bet.
It's a tough game. But you gotta keep plugging away. You gotta get out there. There are humiliations, of course. One time we had to cancel a performance because no one showed up. No friends, no family, no one trying to get out of the weather. And that happens. But it was opening night. That's a feeling you tend to carry around.
So why do you think you continue to do it?
You don't choose what you love. That's the only way I know how to answer that.
Hey, how's your cat?
She'll be fine once the fur grows back.